Hello everybody, this is Ryan with the Mature Minded Gamers, and I just want to give you a review, an honest review of Out of the Park Baseball 21. With us missing baseball this season, this has been a nice bit of a fill in the blank for us to sort of cover. This is a game that I had started. We've played one game, Cubs versus the Brewers, the opening season. I started a previous one where I was the general manager and the coach, or the general manager and the manager. I like just being the manager, I'll be honest, so I restarted the game just as the manager. This game here, if you're not familiar with this series, let me just tell you, this is baseball on steroids. Well, yes, pun intended. Actually not, but I'm going to take credit for the pun now that I've said it. This gives so much data and so many stats and so much information based around all forms of baseball. We just completed one particular game. I'm gonna show you exactly what we're talking about. Cubs, Chicago Cubs. We could look at any one of the teams that's currently there. Let's go to the team home screen. This is our current. This is our current where we're currently at. We're at in the division. This is our whole minor league system and their schedule. You can actually look at the rosters and see the rosters of the Iowa Cubs, the AAA team, all the way to the Smokies, the Pelicans, and then the South Bend Cubs. You can even see some practice teams: Cubs red, Cubs blue. I mean, there's just that many data. There's just that much data that goes on through. So if you're into fantasy baseball and you're really familiar with players from across the league, this is a game you're really going to enjoy and get into. I mean, and if you're just somebody that really likes the management side of simulation games, this is going to be huge. Now, for me, I like watching baseball. I don't play fantasy baseball. There's too much management in that for me. I'm not familiar with players in the AL because I really only watch the Cubs and a little bit of the Reds. So the Brewers, I'm familiar with some of those players as they're in the same Central Division as we are. But I just enjoy it, and I'm excited for this season. They got a new coach this year. All the old gangs there. I will say that this is all pretty well up to date. I have to double check, but I don't think Kimball is still with us anymore. He was the closer we used last year that raised his hands like he was a fire hawk. But other than that, he's just pretty well there. Look at it. You can go to any one of the divisions. Okay. Anyway, I'm a big fan of this series and this game. They've done some great improvements. They've added a challenger mode this year, which allows you to sort of keep up to date, and you could start it from scratch and compare your franchises with other teams. Again, that stuff is so in depth. I'm not real great at that stuff, so I avoided it. But the part I enjoy is just the actual manager playing the game. It looks very different than what you're gonna get if you're doing like MLB The Show. But we are. I'll show you up real quick exactly what a game looks like. So this is our lineup. Actually, I should have looked because I don't know who they put in for third base because we actually lost Chris Bryant due to a fight in the opening game. Him and the pitcher went at it. We lost Bryant for 5 games, which again is pretty unlike him. Okay, so Dave Bodie, that's who I put in there to finish the game. But we got Victor here is our catcher this year. Wilson, or this time Wilson Contreras catched our opening game. Rizzo's there, Schwarber's there, Amora Jr. This is a little bit strange. Not necessarily this is a little bit strange, but I will say that I was kind of shocked to see that it wasn't Chris Bryant. That was a big deal that David Ross, the new Cubs coach, basically was like, he's our #1 guy. He's going to start. He's going to bat first every time. Not something I'm a big fan of, but I mean, he said it. That sort of thing I think would have been sort of incorporated, and it may be eventually. But there you go. This is the first bat. You get this live play-by-play. Javi's up to bat. He's going to strike out because that feels like what Javi does. He gets a little excited. He's excited, kids. I'm hoping it's a better season this year than that, but we'll see. You get all the stats going constantly for each one of every at bat. You can slow it down, so you can go pitch by pitch and tell him to swing this time. Oh, he hit it. It's going to drop. I have to watch the shadow too, by the way. So if you're watching it, you go, and you can see graphically, it's not the latest PS4 game, but it is a game that if you just enjoy watching baseball, I mean, the amount of money I'm allowed to spend on tickets, this is pretty much the view I get anyway. If I'm lucky to sit behind home plate, normally it's way over here. Over there on either right or left field side, way towards the back. But But so, and if you know where the players are, you can actually turn a lot of that off. So you can turn off the visitor because we're the visitor. You can turn off the bat stats. You can turn off the pitcher stats. And sort of you can clean up your screen as much as you wanted to. But we'll have him take this pitch just to show you that you can also tell him to take one. Stretches, checks on Amora. Gets a check swing, but he did not win his appeal on that one. So swing away. Oh, there, I sound like contact, but he hit it into the crowd. So foul ball, maybe? Yep, we're still up. I'm going to get rid of the pitch by pitch and just let it do its thing. Oh, did he hit him? Nailed him. He got hit in the last game. I'll tell you what, the Brewers are just asking for some bad blood. That's what's happening. They are just, let me see, last game I think they nailed 4 guys. And they've already nailed Rizzo today in the first inning. Which is a thing, if you watch the Cubs at all, Rizzo seems to get hit by a lot of pitches. I think he stands right up there on there. And he's a left-handed batter. He's sort of close on the side that they normally lean away from. But big hit. Oh. Okay, so I thought it was going to be a home run, but it is not. They made the catch. Almora, which is tagged up from second base, he's going to go for third base. The ball is an average outfield depth. He's very fast, and Garcia has a great arm. I think I'm going to go for it. The bad part is they don't show you. You know what? I'll be honest. In the interest of actually winning, I don't want to go for it because we've got 1 out already. If they make the out, that's 2. And that means we're going to be straining with a guy on first. 2 outs. Okay. For the sake of watching the video, I'll show you what happens because they miss an opportunity here. They cut the play-by-play and they give you sort of the procedurally generated response. So we have 1 out right now. Yes, they got him. I wish we could see it. We don't see it. It's fine. It is what it is. But that's sort of the game, and you can fast forward as much as you want. You can have them go to there's a runner in scoring position. So now we have a guy on second and whatnot. You can simulate to the 6th inning. There we go. Tied 3-3 in the 6th inning. So you can speed it up or slow it down as much as you want to do. Again, you get that feel of all the time of sort of watching and not sure what's going to happen every time there's a swing of the bat. So Jason, what are you going to do, bud? Oh, he's going to swing it. It's going to go this way. Oh, stay in. Nope, the ball's right there. He's going to get caught. Again, you got to watch the shadow is what I've learned. And so on and so forth. Let's see. Hendricks is still the pitcher, but it's not showing me how he's doing as a pitcher right now. It's showing me how he's doing as a batter. Stamina is still good. Actually, it's not showing me that either. All right, we'd have to watch him when he comes out. But so far, so good. Wow, Milwaukee's had 8 runs. 1 error. We've had 1 error. So on and so forth. Okay, so you get the idea of how this is. I'm going to say if this, you can tell right now if this is for you. And if it's for you, I'd check it out. And if it's not, that's okay too. I have recorded the whole entire first game that if people are interested in, I can go ahead and post. But I thought maybe for the sake of just a review, I'd do a much shorter video, which I have done. And give you guys just my final thoughts. It's a lot of fun. If you've played out of the park baseball before, you know what it is. And this is just an improvement to what it's always been. If you have never played anything like this because it's maybe it's a little bit overwhelming for you, it's essentially a grand strategy of baseball game, then know that you can turn off or simulate as much as you want and sort of add things as you go, add things into your wheelhouse. I like the games. I like watching the games. So I normally fast forward through a lot of their stuff and let the computer simulate what the GM should be doing. And then that way I can just, watch and sort of experience the games. And as with no baseball this year, I'm probably going to do this a lot. I'll be honest. I'll probably may simulate up to the current date and then just watch baseball on the days that it's happening. Got nothing else going on while we're quarantined. So if this is something that's in your wheelhouse, go ahead and check it out. If you want to see more, then let me know. I can post that first game or I can post the other games. Maybe I'll just start putting the box scores posted in the Mature Minded Gamers Discord, which if you're interested in or anything else that we do, then go ahead and check us out on our home on the web, which is maturemindedgamers.com. So go ahead and subscribe to this channel to get more information when reviews and things come up. We do board games, we do video games, we do Dungeons and Dragons, all kinds of interesting things. And we also make sure that we balance it with our lives and our wives and our kids and our jobs. So if that's something that's interesting to you and you'd like to join the community, then we look forward to having you. Other than that, signing out, wash your hands, stay safe, and we'll see you next time.